In just a few years, Universal Orlando will open a brand new theme park set to feature rides and attractions from well-known and loved franchises, including Nintendo, Harry Potter, Universal Monsters, and How to Train Your Dragon. Logic would dictate that Disney should be very afraid of this new park, and that they need to have something big ready to go as their response to it. But, unfortunately, it looks like this may not be the case. So today, let's look at why I think Disney's answer to Epic Universe will essentially be nothing. For Review Time, I'm Luke, and this is the reason that Disney isn't scared of Epic Universe, even though they probably should be. A couple of years ago, when Universal announced their intention to build Epic Universe, we released a video breaking down our predictions for the lands, attractions, and experiences contained within the park. Now, 2 years later, it's clearing up that most of what we said was coming is coming. But here's a quick overview of everything we know almost for sure will be at Epic Universe when it opens in 2025. Entering the park, an area that's a retro-futuristic space concept will greet you, celebrating great minds such as Da Vinci and George Méliès, looking at their ideas for the future. As well as some smaller flat rides, the major attractions in this area will be enormous, space-themed dueling Mack roller coasters. Branching out into the other major lands of the park, first we have Super Nintendo World, which will feature the Yoshi Omnimover and Mario Kart augmented reality attractions that opened at Universal Studios Japan last year, as well as the Donkey Kong Minecart roller coaster, set to open in Japan a year earlier than Epic Universe's version. Next to Nintendo will be the land I'm most excited for, Universal Monsters, featuring Universal's second-generation Kuka Arm Dark Ride. Unlike the first version, Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, this ride will feature purely practical sets, with none of the bubble-like projection domes, taking you on a tour of Frankenstein's castle. This land was originally going to open with an incredible-looking theatre show, but recently this seems to have been cancelled in favour of an indoor family spinning roller coaster, using the same ride system as Space Fantasy the Ride at Universal Studios Japan. The area with the most attractions will be themed to How to Train Your Dragon, featuring a Mack Splash Battle boat ride, dual Gerztlauer Skyflies, a launched roller coaster provided by Intamin, an indoor stage show that will hopefully be similar to the incredible show that opened with Universal Studios Beijing, as well as a mystery attraction in the center of the land that may be a new version of a flying theater, with the screen base below you as well as in front. The final land in the park is the one we know the least about, and that's because rumors point to the fact that Universal was getting cold feet about how to tackle this park's Wizarding World of Harry Potter edition. Originally said to be based on the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them franchise, it's looking likely that that connection will be minimized due to the lackluster reception of the previous two films in that series. The new theme of the land seems to be more set in classic Harry Potter, with a major ride being set in the Ministry of Magic, with you arriving via the Floo network. A big reason for this park's existence also seems to be based on its close proximity to the Orlando Convention Center, and Universal's intentions to sell upcharge exclusive access offerings to large companies as part of a convention package, cleverly aiming at the market that Disney similarly targets with things like the Contemporary Resorts on-site convention spaces. If you do want to stay up to date on everything Epic Universe though, check out the incredible work of Alicia Stella and Theme Park Stop over on Twitter and right here on YouTube. As you can see, the plans for this park sound incredible, and with it set to open in around 3 years, you'd think these plans would have Disney shaking in their boots. But as I'm about to detail, Disney may not be as scared of Universal's brand new theme park as they should be. Everything that has come out of Disney in the last few years seems to signal that they won't be trying to compete with Universal directly on the new rides front, instead creating other ways to increase their revenue. Things such as Genie Plus mean that increasing ride capacity by creating an attraction that costs hundreds of millions of dollars to build may be a detriment to their bottom line only approach to thinking. Why add a new attraction if it means wait times across the board will go down, meaning fewer people will buy your paid line skip experience? Parks such as the Magic Kingdom have risen in attendance numbers by about 50% over the last 20 years, but they basically haven't raised attraction capacity at all. People may suggest that Disney's answer to Universal would be simply adding a 5th theme park to the resort, but all 4 existing parks desperately need more capacity, and not just big, impressive e-ticket rides. With parks like Hollywood Studios struggling to survive by essentially only having those big rides, and missing out on several needed smaller scale attractions. Epic Universe is set to open sometime in 2025, just 3 years away, which with Disney's huge lead times on projects, pretty much means anything major that hasn't started construction soon won't be open on time to compete. Universal's ground-up brand new attractions such as Jurassic World Velocicoaster and Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure both took around 2 years to complete, where Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout took close to 5 years, and Tron Light Cycle Power Run still isn't open, after being first announced in 2017. And that's just a copy of a ride Disney has already built. The D23 Expo in August of this year is essentially Disney's last chance to announce and start expedited construction of something if they want it to open any time near when Epic Universe does. But a big, lingering what-if question looming above the future of Disney parks is, what did the lackluster debut of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge teach them? Will Disney ever attempt another large-scale single IP land like this again? Or will the piecemeal single IP attraction approach of updates to parks like Epcot be more their style moving forward? Of course, even if Disney doesn't do anything close to the scale of Epic Universe, they do have some projects and rumors in the pipeline that they will position as their big new thing to try and draw people away from Universal. First is the upcoming Princess and the Frog overhaul of Splash Mountain, which news about has been pretty quiet since it being announced a few years ago. Though even if this turns out to be the best ride in the world, a retheme of an existing attraction isn't quite the same as a whole new theme park, and won't at all help Disney's capacity issues. Another answer could be bringing back some of the now paused plans for Epcot's overhaul, including the Mary Poppins attraction, Spaceship Earth's redo, and the Play Pavilion, which would match Disney's current marketing technique, which seems to be a lot of, remember that thing we used to have? Well, now it's back. I have seen a few rumors floating around about things that may be announced at D23, though one of the major ones seems to be an overhaul to Disneyland's Tomorrowland, which is on the other side of the country to Epic Universe. One that might compete directly could be the Animal Kingdom expansion, with a new coaster expected to replace Primeval Whirl at Dinoland USA, though maybe we shouldn't start holding our breaths on that one. Everything coming out of Disney lately seems to point to guest experience scores being low. So for those people who travel to Orlando every 3 to 5 years, this disappointment with Disney will likely play directly into Universal's hands when those people are looking towards another trip in a few years' time, when Disney essentially has nothing new to offer and Universal has a whole new theme park. Right around when Epic Universe opens, Disney will be finishing up their celebration of the company's 100-year anniversary. And with Walt Disney World's 50th being lackluster at best, hopefully they can learn from their mistakes and create a memorable celebration. Let's be honest here though. One of Disney's actual answers to Epic Universe appears to be this artwork, also known as a billboard, installed conveniently right on the turning corner into Sand Lake Road, the road that in a few years will take you directly to Epic Universe. If the past is anything to go by, Disney's hubris will probably mean their answer to Epic Universe will be a big old nothing, and they risk getting caught with their pants down again, just like they did when the first Wizarding World of Harry Potter opened all the way back in 2010. Disney is essentially doing nothing in response, and in turn they're rolling out the red carpet to Universal, giving them the perfect opportunity to rope in guests. Because deep down, Disney knows that more guests to Orlando in general is probably a good thing for them. But over to you. What do you think Disney's answer to Epic Universe should or will be? Let us know in the comments section down below. From the home of all things theme parks, I'm Luke for ReviewTyme. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed this week's episode of ReviewTyme. If so, be sure to like and subscribe, and also check out our podcast, ReviewTyme's Theme Park Cast, available on your podcasting platform of choice.